Okay, let's get into it. Today, we're doing a deep dive on something you brought to us, the Holy Bible Urim Thummim version, the UTV.
Right.
And our mission here, based only on the source material you gave us, is really to figure out its translation approach. Where does it, fit?
Yeah, where does it sit on that big spectrum of Bible translations? Which, just as a quick reminder, it kind of runs from very word for word, that's formal equivalence, all the way over to paraphrase, which is super loose, just getting the main idea across. And then there's dynamic equivalence, sort of thought for thought, balancing things in the middle. Most versions land somewhere there.
So this UTV, from what we're seeing in the source material, it seems to be pushing really, really hard towards one end.
Oh, absolutely. It's way over on that formal equivalence, that word for word side.
Yeah.
And you can see it in some very specific ways.
Like what? What jumps out?
Well, first off, divine names, the source highlights this clearly. You don't see Lord or God like you usually do in English Bibles. Instead, you get these transliterations like YHWH, Elohim, used consistently. That's a huge sign they're sticking to the original form, even if it feels a bit unusual for English readers.
And it keeps going, right? It's not just names, it holds on to old terms, idioms, translated super literally.
Exactly. Terms like neshama, suke, Torah, they're just kept as is. And those idioms, things like husband of blood or uncircumcised speech.
Or nostrils flared for anger, which, reading that cold, you might kind of scratch your head.
You definitely might. You'd think, okay, what does that actually mean?
So how does it handle that?
Yeah.
Because it wants to be literal, but it also needs you, the reader, to understand these potentially strange phrases.
And this is maybe the most interesting part highlighted in the source material. It uses bracketed explanations, like right there in the text.
Oh, okay.
So right after husband of blood, you might see brackets with rights or something similar. After suche, maybe suche or soul life. Or for merriments, like an omer, it could say 2 quarts.
I see. So it gives you the ultra-literal rendering, but then immediately offers a little bracketed clue about the meaning or the equivalent. It's kind of a hybrid within that literal approach.
It is. It helps you navigate without changing the core text. And that same kind of, well, precision shows up elsewhere too, like with measurements.
You mentioned the omer. What else?
Yeah, units like the shekel, it might give about 6 grams, or cubits translated into feet, that kind of thing. It's very meticulous about giving you the original unit and its modern value or definition. Shows a real dedication to the source details.
Okay, so putting it all together, the style is very focused on the original language structure, the exact words, which means it probably won't sound, super smooth or natural in English sometimes.
Probably not its main goal.
No, but those brackets are its specific tool to help you bridge that gap.
Exactly. And based on all these features, the names, the idioms, the kept terms, the inline notes, the measurements, the source places the UTV firmly at the extreme literal end of the spectrum.
Extreme literal. More so than maybe even like the King James or the NASB.
Arguably, yes. The source suggests it leans even more toward a sort of academic, maybe scholarly, very precise rendering than many other formal equivalence translations.
Right. So boiling it down from the sources, what does this mean for you and how you might use this UTV? It's clearly not for casual devotional reading, is it?
No, not really its design. It seems built for deep study, for when you want to analyze the text closely, see the linguistic bones, understand the structure of the Hebrew or Greek as directly as possible in English.
Okay. For that kind of detailed work.
Precisely. And that brings up a pretty interesting final thought for you to chew on. Every translation has to make choices, right? Prioritize something. Is it readability? Is it precise meaning? Is it the original form?
There's always a trade-off.
Always. So when the UTV makes this extreme choice for literal form, what does that tell you about what its translators think is the most crucial thing for you to see? What's gained when you focus so intensely on the original words and structure? And maybe